that does have some overlap where you can strike this. So I want you to be nice about this, not necessarily strike it. But remember, this is a metal point, and this is a fire finger. So if I take and make a knuckle, and I base this here, and I noogie that in towards his hand, see, that's going to fly. Okay? Don't give it to me. I'm not on the point. It's irritating for him. I find the point.
Question: are you going towards your own hand or towards his fingertip?
I'm going towards his fingertip. I'm trying to inject energy this way. At a 45-degree angle towards his hand, just like how I would do it with the fish.
For those of us that don't do this a whole lot, I mean, do you have any tips on finding these things? I mean,
you have to come to workshops like this. You have to pick up a point. Rule of three. You walk out of here today and you remember 3 points, or even 1 point, 3 points max, and you walk out and say, okay, let me pick up a Dillman book that Patrick's selling for wholesale, or any type of acupuncture chart, and go back and look at it and find your partner and play with it, try and hone it in. It's a hands-on art. So it's going to take hands-on training to get it.
Another issue I'm finding is that I can find the points easily on Dante because I train with him all the time. Mm-hmm. But then when I go with new people, nothing. I can feel around for about 5 minutes.
Let me ask you this: the new people that you work with today, when it was all said and done, were you able to find a point, or did you still walk away?
I guess so. Yeah.
So you had trouble finding it first. By the time you fiddled with someone for a couple minutes, you got it to work, kind of?
Yeah.
That's a good start.
There you go.
You have to understand, it is an art of precision that just takes the hands on. So it's a very good question, a great question, and the answer is you have to work it, and you have to take it in little smaller chunks. You take it and say, it's here. Find something that speaks to you. If you find one of the points that works well for you, incorporate it anywhere you can into your art. If it's not working so well for you, then maybe you have to start with a person that it works well for. And you have to understand that how easy it is on him. Not as easy. I have to put more intent into it to make it work. Nowhere near as easy. Right? And the point, same relative spot in the anatomical unit, his anatomical unit is in the same spot. It's just he's a different body type. He's denser. Dante's a great person to work with because he gives you great reactions. So you're going to find people that few and far between you work with anyone that gives you the nice body reaction.
When you do your Tamiki Aikido, like when I'm doing Aikido, we basically practice at half strength all the time, so you never really, it's like frowned upon to fight against. Give them a real tough time, because like you're not helping. But in real life, you need to practice that, right?
That's why you got to start cooperatively. So you got to understand where that threshold is. I already touched base with this with him, right? With this technique, good. Don't give it to me. Okay, that's not working, right? Can you lighten up a little bit? I start to fit, and then I play with that. Oh, that was difficult because this arm went up. That was difficult because I stood in front of him. I start to play with, look, it's better. Oh, can you give me a little more strength now? Oh, it's still too much. Can you lighten up a little more? And maybe at the end of that training session with that person, if he's giving you full on for that person that day, maybe it doesn't work. Does that mean that the point doesn't work? No. It doesn't mean that maybe he's resistant to it, or he needs some more training, or it's just, the worst thing that any of us can do is this. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. So what do I keep doing?
Same thing.
Same freaking thing, right? And we're ingrained. You have a mission, and if you do something that doesn't work, what do? You double your efforts. Worst thing you could do. If I'm doing this, and it doesn't work. See, just that little bit of distraction buys me time. And all I did is just to switch off the change off. That's very difficult. It starts to be ingrained. And how does that get ingrained? Because you can take anyone that has, I firmly believe this. We'll cover this point next. This is called 1-5, okay? But look how much reaction I get. Put your mind here. To understand the mind is a powerful tool, intent. You see what I did? Any guesses what I did?
You took his mind off that point.
Puts his mind on that point, and you really believe it's going to be very difficult to make that happen. You take the mind off that for a second. I didn't even hit him, right? I just distracted him. It gives me an opportunity. Right? I was having a discussion last Wednesday class. This is energetic-wise. You talk about the Aikido unbendable arm. That's what an unbendable arm is. But the real value in that is that you belong on me. And then I put my mind on that point. You belong on me. And then distract me. Does it? But unbendable arm is meant for this right arm is all energy, not just here. So if that arm is all energy, you go to another point on that arm. Go to a different point on that arm. If I'm trying to protect myself in one particular spot mentally, right, then you can be. But if I take this whole arm and just make it a glowing rod of energy, it becomes more difficult to counter the counter. That's a little higher up. I don't know how combative ready that is, but the point is that someone grabs you and they know. He knows, oh, I'm going to this point, and he wants to really resist that point. Chances are it's going to do. So you have to keep that in mind when you're training with people. Right? You go, he's going to know. Right? So then you have to do something different for each objective. Right? So, any questions? 2 points so far. So Part 6, which is a touch point, right up underneath, right to the ulnar bone. Lung 8 is a rub point, press in, and then rub towards the hand. So touch and rub, or you can take it millimeter. Oh, I'm sorry, we haven't done this though, have we? Have we done this? Let's try that just real quick. So you see this a lot in kata. Here, I'm doing this, right? MP, we're talking about MP today. Here. Okay, so try that. Just another way to activate